So the question number 1, which Gupta emperor assumed the titles Kaviraj and Vikramanka and is referred to by V.A. Smith as the Napoleon of India? Option number B is the correct answer, Samudragupta. Samudragupta was named the Napoleon of India by historian V.A. Smith due to his extensive military conquest across Aryavarta and Dakshinapat. The Allahabad pillar inscription Prag Prashasti, composed in classical Sanskrit by his court poet Harishan, provides an exhaustive account of his victories. Samudragupta was a great patron of arts and music, depicted on his gold coins playing the veena. He earned the title Kaviraj, that means kings of poets. Chandragupta I was the first Gupta ruler to adopt the grand imperial title Maharaja Dhiraj and started the Gupta era. Chandragupta II, also known as Vikramaditya, defeated the Western Shakas, assumed the title Shakari, and hosted the famous Navaratna 9 gems at his court. Question number 2. During the reign of which Gupta ruler did the Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Fa Hien visit India to collect Buddhist scriptures? Option number C is the correct answer, Chandragupta II. Fa Hien visited India during the reign of Chandragupta II, staying from roughly 399 to 414 CE. Fa Hien described the peace, prosperity, low crime rate, and widespread practice of non-violence across the Gangetic heartland in his travelogue, Po Koiki, Record of Buddhist Kingdoms. Kumargupta I founded the world-renowned Nalanda University in Bihar, adopting the title Mahendraditya. Skandagupta successfully repelled the devastating invasion of the Central Asian nomadic Hunas, saving the empire and earning praise in the Vitari pillar inscription. The Gupta period is widely celebrated as the golden age of ancient India due to exceptional achievements in science, literature, and art. Next question. King Harshavardhana of Vardhan or Pushyabhuti dynasty shifted his imperial capital from Thaneshwar to which strategic city? Option number B is the correct answer, Kannauj. Harshavardhan shifted his capital from Thaneshwar, Haryana to Kannauj, Uttar Pradesh, following the political union of the Pushyabhuti and Makhari kingdoms. Chinese pilgrim Hian Sang visited India during Harsha's reign, leaving a detailed travel account titled Sea Ki Great Tang records on the western regions. Harsha was defeated on the banks of Narmada river by the Chalukya king Pulakeshin II of Badami as recorded in the Aihol inscription. Very important. Court poet Banbhatta authored Harsha's biography Harshacharit as well as the famous Sanskrit prose romance Kadambari. Harsha was an accomplished author himself, writing 3 celebrated Sanskrit plays, Ratnavali, Priyadarshika and Nagananda. Question number 2. The Kailashnath temple at Ellora, an extraordinary monolithic rock-cut architectural marvel, was constructed by which Rashtrakuta king? Option number B, Krishna I. Krishna I, 8th century CE, commissioned the world-famous Kailashnath temple, Cave 16 at Ellora, carved top-down out of a single solid basalt cliff face. Dantidurga was the founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty, remember it, establishing the capital at Mankhet in modern Karnataka. Amagbarsha I was a great patron of literature who authored Kaviraj Marg, the earliest available work on poetics in the Kannada language. The Elephanta Caves features the famous colossal rock-cut sculptures Trimurti, three-faced Shiva, created under Rashtrakuta patronage. Arab traveler Suleiman visited Rashtrakuta court and listed Amagbarsha as one of the 4 greatest contemporary empires in the world alongside China, Baghdad and Constantinople. Question number 5. The basic architectural style of temples in northern India, characterized by a tall curvilinear tower known as Shikhar, is called northern India. Option number A, Nagar style. Nagar style is the traditional temple architecture of northern India, featuring a square sanctum, Garbhagriha, topped by a curvilinear tower, Shikhar. Dravid style is the South Indian temple architecture characterized by a pyramid-shaped tiered tower, Viman, and grand entrance gateways known as Gopurams. Vaishya style represents a hybrid synthesis combining Nagar and Dravid elements, heavily patronized by the Chalukyas of Badami and Hoysalas. Dashavatha temple at Deoghar, UP is a classical early examples of a Gupta era stone temple built in Nagar style. Khajuraho temples located in Madhya Pradesh built by Chandela rulers represents the zenith of the Nagar temple architecture featuring complex panchayatan layouts. Very important. 6. The Brihadashava temple at Thanjavur, a supreme masterpiece of Dravidian granite architecture, was built by which Chola emperor? Brihadashava temple at Thanjavur. Option number B, Rajaraja Chola I. Rajaraja Chola I constructed the monumental Brihadashava temple at Thanjavur, completed around 1010 CE, dedicated to Lord Shiva. Rajendra Chola I, son of Rajaraja I, launched a successful military expedition up to the Ganga river, earning the title Gangaikonda Chola and founding a new capital, Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Rajendra I conducted an ambitious naval invasion of Southeast Asia, Srivijaya Kingdom, securing maritime trade corridors through the Malacca Strait. Chola villages enjoyed extensive local self-government governed through autonomous assemblies called UR, General Village Assembly, and Sabha, Brahmin Assembly. The Uttaramerur inscription of Parantak fast detail the election procedures, qualifications and committee system, Variam, and of Chola local governance. These are all important details. You have to remember this. Okay. Question number 7. The rock cut Pancharats, monolithic chariots, and the shore temple at Mahabalipuram were built under the patronage of which dynasty? Option number B is the correct answer. Pallava dynasty. Pallava dynasty, with its capital at Kanchipuram, pioneered rock cut and structural stone architecture along the Coromandel coast. Narasimha Barman defeated Chalukya king Pulakesin II, captured Badami, assumed the title Vatapikonda, and commissioned the Pancha Raths at Mamalapuram. Narasimha II, also known as Rajsimha, constructed the structural shore temple at Mamalapuram and the Kailashnathar temple at Kanchipuram. The open-air relief carving at Mamalapuram depicts descents of the Gangas or Arjuna's penance, one of the world's largest stone bas reliefs. The Pallavas were instrumental in spreading Indian culture, architecture and religious influences into maritime Southeast Asia. Question number 8. The Sangam literature, composed in early Tamil during 3 legendary literary assemblies, Sangams, was held under the patronage of which dynasty? Option number C, Pandya dynasty. The 3 Tamil Sangams were held at Madurai under the royal patronage of the Pandya kings. Sangam literature provides vivid insights into Tinam system, 5 ecological landscapes, and life during the early historical South Indian period. The major Tamil epics include Silappi Dikaram, authored by Ilango Adigal, and its sequel Manimekalai, authored by Shatanar. Tolkapiyam, composed by Tolkapier, is the earliest surviving comprehensive treatise on Tamil grammar and poetics. The Tirukkural, composed by Tiruvallavar, is a revived economical Tamil poetic work dealing with ethics, polity and love. Aram Porul Inbam. Question number 9. The famous Ihor inscription detailing the military accomplishments of Chalukya king Pulakesin II was composed by which court scholar? Option number B, Ravi Kirti. Ravi Kirti, a Jain poet and court scholar of Pulakesin II, composed the Ihor Prashasti in Sanskrit using the Kannada script. The inscription explicitly mentioned the year of composition relative to the Bharat War and Kali era, while referencing classical poets Kalidas and Bharavi. Aihole in Karnataka is widely described as the cradle of the Indian temple architecture, containing over 1,000 early Chalukyan stone temples, example Durga Temple, Ladkhan Temple. Badami, also known as Badabi, served as the main capital of the Western Chalukyas, famous for its rock-cut cave temples dedicated to Shiva, Vishnu, and Jina. The Chalukyan architecture influenced the both southern Dravidian forms and central Indian structural designs. 10. The Chola bronze sculptures of Nataraj, Shiva as the cosmic dancer, is celebrated worldwide. What does the dwarf demon crouched beneath Shiva's right foot represent? Option number B, ignorance and delusion. In the iconic Chola Nataraj bronze, Shiva dances inside a halo of flame, Prabha Mandal. His right foot crossed the demon Apasmara Purusha, symbolizing the destruction of ignorance and delusion. The upper right hand holds the Damaru drum, representing creation, while the upper left hand holds Agni, fire, representing destruction. The lower right hand displays the Avya Mudra, protection, fearlessness, and the lower left hand points to his raised left foot, salvation, liberation. Chola bronzes were cast using the sophisticated lost wax process or lost wax techniques, Sire Purdue. The master bronzes were produced in artisanal guilds located around Shamimalai, Thanjavur, and Kumbakonam. 11. Who authored the celebrated classical Sanskrit play Avigyan Shakuntalam and the epic poem Raghuvamsham? Option number A, Kalidas. Kalidas, revered as the greatest classical Sanskrit dramatist and poet, served as the premier gem in the court of Chandragupta II. His famous plays include Avigyan Shakuntalam, Malavikagni Mitram, and Vikram Urvashiyam. His major poetic epics Mahakavyas are Raghuvamsham, Kumar Sambhavam, alongside lyrical poems Magduta, Ritu Sanghar. First was the earliest Sanskrit playwright famous for works like Shapnam Shabdattam and Pratigyana Gandharayan. Bhavabuti was a court poet of Yashavarman of Kannauj, renowned for the drama Uttaram Charit. 12. The historical political drama Mudra Rakshas, which detail how Chanakya placed Chandragupta Maurya on the throne of Magad, was written by option number B, Vishakadatta. Vishakadatta authored Mudra Rakshas, a Sanskrit play entered around political intrigues, espionage, and statecraft. Vishakadatta also authored Devi Chandraguptam, a play recounting how Ramagupta was saved and Chandragupta II rose to power. Shudrak authored Michakatikam, the Little Clay Cart, a rare Sanskrit social drama depicting the love story of Charudatta and Vasantasena. Dandi wrote Dashakama Charitam, tales of 10 princes, and the poetic theory text Kavya Darsha. Subandhu authored the classical prose romance Vashabdatta. 13. The foundational mathematical text Aryabhatya was proposed that the earth rotates on its axis and the calculated value of pi was authored by option number A, Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta in 5th century CE authored Aryabhatyam and Arya Siddhant, introducing concept of zero, place value notation, solar lunar eclipse causes, and Earth's daily rotation on its axis. Brahmagupta in 7th century CE authored Brahma Futa Siddhant, formulating rules for calculating zero and negative numbers and describing gravity as an attractive force. Barahamir authored the encyclopedia works Brihad Samhita, Pancha Siddhantika, and Brihad Jatak, covering astronomy, astrology, and natural sciences. Bhaskar II, Bhaskaracharya, 12th century CE, wrote the famous mathematical treatise Siddhant Shiromani, which includes the section Lilavati on arithmetic. India's first artificial satellite launched into space in 1975 was named Aryabhatta in honor of the astronomer. 14. Which ancient Indian treatise on medicine, surgery, and plastic surgery surgical procedures was compiled by Shushrat? Which ancient Indian treatise? Option number B. Shushrat Samhita. Shushrat, celebrated as the father of Indian surgery, compiled the Shushrat Samhita, focused on surgical techniques, instruments, and rhinoplasty, reconstructive plastic surgery. Chaluk Samhita is the principal text of Ayurvedic internal medicine, Kavya Chikitsa, focusing on diagnosis, herbal medicine, and metabolism. Bhagavata authored the Ashtanga Hridaya and Ashtanga Samgraha, synthesizing the medical techniques of both Charak and Shushrat. Dhanantari is revived in traditional lore as the mythological physician god of Ayurveda. Ancient Indian medical sciences recognize the Tridosha theory, Vat, Pit, Kapha, as the basis for maintaining psychological health. Question number 15. The tripartite struggle for control over the strategic imperial city of Kannauj in the early medieval period involved which three major Indian dynasties? Option number B. Pal, Pratihar, and Rashtrakuta. The tripartite struggle 8th to 10th century CE was fought continuously between the Pal of Bengal, Gurjar Pratihars of Malwa, Rajasthan, and Rashtrakutas of the Deccan for control over Kannauj. Control over Kannauj symbolized paramount sovereignty over the fertile Indo-Gangetic plains and lucrative riverine trade routes. Nagbhatta first founded the Gurjar Pratihar power while Mihir Bhoj emerged as their greatest empire, adopting the title Adi Varaha. Gopal founded the Pal dynasty of Bengal in 8th century CE through democratic elections by regional chieftains to end anarchy. Okay, and Dharmapal expanded Pal ruler across northern India, assumed the title Uttar Pathashami, and founded the Vikramshila University. 16. The Sun Temple at Konark, Odisha, designed in the shape of a colossal stone chariot with 12 pairs of intricately carved wheels, was constructed by? Option number B. Narasimhadev I. King Narasimhadev I, 30th century CE, of Eastern Ganga dynasty, built the Sun Temple at Konark, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Black Pagoda. Anandabarman Chodaganga constructed the famous Jagannath Temple at Puri, known to early European sailors as the White Pagoda. The Lingaraj Temple at Bhubaneswar represents the mature peak of Kalinga architecture, featuring 4 halls: Diwal, Jagmohan, Nat Pandap, Bhog Mandap. Konark's 24 wheels functions as precise sundials pulled by 7 curved stone horses representing the days of the week. Kalinga architecture forms a distinct subtype of the broader Nagar temple style. 17. Which famous philosopher and theologian consolidated the doctrine of the Advaita Vedanta, non-dualism, and established 4 monastic mathas at the cardinal corners of India? Option number A. Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya, 8th century CE, born in Kaladi, Kerala, formulated the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. Brahman alone is real, the world is unreal, Atma is non-different from Brahman. He established the 4 monastic centers, Sringeri south, Puri east, Dwarka west, and Badrinath north, to revive Vedic thought. Ramanujacharya, 11th century CE, propounded Vasishtavad, qualified non-dualism, emphasizing devotion bhakti to Lord Vishnu. Madhavacharya, 13th century CE, propounded Dvaita dualism, holding that God and individual souls are permanently in distinct entities. Nimbakacharya promoted Advaita, dualistic non-dualism centered on Krishna and Radha worship. 18. The Vikramshila and Somapur Buddhist Mahaviharas were founded in eastern India under the patronage of which Pal king? Option number B. Dharmapal. Dharmapal founded the Vikramshila University in Bhagalpur, Bihar, and Somapur Mahavihar, Paharpur, Bangladesh, which became major hubs for Vajrayan Buddhist learning. Devpal extended the Pal Empire to its maximum territorial extent, receiving an embassy from King Balaputra Dev of Sailendra dynasty of Sumatra to build a monastery at Nalanda. Atisha Dipankar, a renowned scholar monk from Vikramshila, travelled to Tibet in 11th century to restore and reform Mahayana Buddhism. The famous artist sculptor Dhiman and Vitpal flourished during the Pal period, creating exquisite bronze and black basalt sculpture. Mahipal I is considered the second founder of the Pal dynasty, defending his kingdom against the northern raid of Chola king Rajendra I. 19. The world famous Chandela era temples at Khajuraho features exquisite stone relief sculptures. In which state are these temples located? Option number B, Madhya Pradesh. Khajuraho temples are located in Chhattarpur district of Madhya Pradesh, constructed between 950 and 1050 CE by the Chandela dynasty. The Kandariya Mahadev temple is the largest and the most ornate temple in the Khajuraho complex, dedicated to Lord Shiva. Not important. Most Khajuraho temples are built using buff stones on elevated platforms, Jagati. The complex originally contained 85 temples, of which 25 survive today across eastern, western and southern groups. 20. Who was the court poet of Prithviraj Chauhan III, who authored the famous epic biographical poem Prithviraj Rasho in Braj, Vasha and Dingal? Option number A, Chand Bardai. Chand Bardai authored Prithviraj Rasho, an epic ballad recounting the life, romance and military feats of the Chahamana king Prithviraj III. Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori in the first battle of Tara in 1191 CE, but was defeated in the decisive second battle of Tara in 1192. Jayanak authored the Sanskrit epic poem Prithviraj Vijay. Kalhan composed Rajtarangini, Stream of Kings in 1148 CE, a pioneering scientific historical chronicle detailing the dynasty of Kashmir. Bilhan wrote Vikramaditya Charit, an epic recounting the life of Western Chalukya king Vikramaditya VI. So that's all for today, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Also, you can get PDF from my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. Alright, keep watching, keep learning. See you in the next video. Thank you.